Okay, welcome everybody. Who's here? I can't quite see all the participants.
Oh, I'm here just audio. This is Cindy.
Oh, hey, Cindy, and I heard Sam and I saw Drew.
Paul Mullins, Bartlett Tree. I'm here.
Okay. Hey, Paul.
How you doing, Steve?
Good, good. Enjoying the weather.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Gotcha. And is Eric on also?
Yeah, can you see me?
Can you see me now?
But okay, gotcha. Okay, well, I guess we might as well start with new business, and I'm going to turn this over to Drew for the comprehensive tree plan.
All right, thank you, Chair. Just one second. Did we, I'm just pulling up the agenda here. We have to approve the minutes, or you all have to approve the minutes of September 9th, 2020.
Okay, anybody want to make a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Oh, way to go, Cindy. Thank you. And do I hear any seconds?
Yeah, can you hear that?
Oh, there's Cindy and Don.
What?
I just saw you for a split second.
There you go. I got you guys now.
Ah.
Sorry about that.
So do we hear any seconds for approving the minutes?
I'll second that.
Way to go. Okay, Drew, you ready?
Yes, sir. For new business, item A, the review of the city comprehensive tree plan pursuant to section 6A and chapter 148 of the city zoning ordinance, actually the city code zoning ordinance is 164. The tree commission has the responsibility to come up with a comprehensive tree plan every year and present to the mayor and common council. I just would like to get in our first meeting of the year to get this in front of the tree commission so the tree commission can review this and bring any information they have, any changes to the next meeting. So then the subsequent meeting after that, which I believe would be in September, changes could be brought and we can get this to the mayor and common council if there indeed are any changes in a sufficient amount of time so they have plenty of time to review and or approve any changes to the city's comprehensive tree plan. So I would just, my request would be planning staff request the commission review the City of Westminster comprehensive tree plan and make any comment of any possible changes for your June 2021 commission meeting. In my summary of the March 2021 agenda item memo, I have a link to the current City of Westminster comprehensive tree plan on the city website. And I just, that's all I have, Mr. Chair.
Okay, and we should base our comments on what's on that link, correct?
Correct. In that,
Good.
on that link is the tree plan that was adopted in 2019 by the tree commission, or sorry, the mayor and common council. There weren't any changes last year. And I just wanted to get this out in front of you all so there was ample time before the end of the year.
Great, thank you. And do you want any, if we do have comments, to send those via email to you directly?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, great, thank you. Okay. Eric, would you like to talk about the 2021 beneficial insect release?
Kind of. It's all. He's got any info on time frame on the bugs?
Yeah, okay. Yes, let's do it. We're going to do it. When do we want to release some ladybugs? In the past, I feel like it's been later in the season.
Yeah.
Would we like to try and get them earlier? I know it kind of depends on the ladybugs
Right.
doing their thing, but yeah, we're going to do that.
I think I think it would be great. I mean, just to let us know what the ideal time is, because I'm assuming you're going to work through the Bartlett Labs to get the product.
Yep, yep.
So I, I mean, for me, I would think it'd be great just if you let us know beforehand, and that way maybe we could have a little press event. Obviously, we'll have to work with an area where people can be dispersed, I guess. I'll
Yeah,
leave
that-
that up to you, Drew.
Yeah.
I know the past couple years we've been doing, well, the 2 years that we did it, it's probably been in late June when we have done the releases. So
Okay. Well, I will check into how fast we can get them tomorrow. And if they tell me I can schedule a date, I'll send an email out, maybe to Andrew, and you can forward it on to everybody. And you guys may be able to pick. I don't know. I know last year was an issue. So I'll get some information. You guys will have it all.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Okay, any other comments on that, or are we ready to move on to 2021? Boy, it seems weird. Arbor Day celebration. Let's move on. Eric, you ready? I saw the, okay, well, go ahead, Eric.
yeah, again, I think we could probably do it at Belgrove Square. We have a tree that we need to replace. One of the old oak tree that was there, we had taken down like a year and a half, 2 years ago, maybe.
Oh, that big chestnut oak, that's
Yeah,
right.
Chestnut Oak, yep.
So there's a good spot there for tree replacement. Doing any other trees in that location, I'm going to say we'd have to hold off because during the Park and Recs meeting they had last night, I overheard them talking about doing a couple things there at that park. I don't want to jump on something and then they say, oh, we're getting ready to, you know.
Yeah, I think I missed part of the end of that. You said Parks and Rec was planning to do something in the park.
Yeah, I heard them talking last night in their Zoom meeting that well, I overheard it. I didn't hear the whole meeting. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't.
Somebody's mic was getting hit, I think.
I think you're right.
So they're talking about doing a couple flower beds and putting the monument that was wrecked in that car accident. They want to relocate that. So I haven't heard anything from the Parks and Rec department on where they're looking to do that. So I don't want to say, hey, let's put a tree here. And
Yeah.
they got other plans.
So
So this is the city Parks and Rec?
Yes.
And what about a more comprehensive approach where both parties coordinate with one another so that, you know, flowers that like sun are not, you know, put where there's a big tree going to be planted? Like, what's the coordination?
You're taking all the fun out of it, Cindy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I want to spit my tea out.
I'm sorry.
Well, also too, there's really not a whole lot of places to plant too much stuff because it's pretty well established with a lot of trees. So,
Right.
I mean, we'll probably have to start phasing out a couple of them Kwanzaa and cherry trees because they're two of them are kind of rough.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that could be a future
But I guess-
site.
Yeah, I guess what I'm thinking is, okay, so we lost a big old oak tree. So that's a big shade tree. And if we go and plant another tree that hopefully someday will be a big shade tree, but in the meantime, somebody decides to plant a flower bed where that's a problem. You know, we don't want someday somebody saying, oh, we're not getting enough sun, we need to chop down the tree. So again, just, you know, seems like a comprehensive planning thing.
Seems like we know
No?
the coordinator, Cindy, for that.
So I think I'll planting whatever, I'm happy to plant whatever tree you want. Whatever the commission decides on. I would love to see an oak up there, but it's slow grower. And we know they can get big. There's a beautiful, I do believe it's a white oak up there. It could be a swamp white. I always get the two of them mixed up if I'm not looking at them directly. But whatever we want to,
It's a Y oak there on the
it's on
black,
the corner. Yeah.
on the
It's like-
corner.
it-
No,
it
this
would-
one's-
It would be directly across from where we're planting, right?
yeah, on the other side of the park.
Okay.
It
Okay.
says it's a Y oak. on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I thought it did. I just wasn't 100% sure. Whatever you want to plant, I think just getting, if we can do what we did last time with get a group, a young group involved. If we're only going to plant one, I don't know how we do that, but so we don't single anybody out, but whatever we decide to plant, we'll plant. I can't wait. I loved it. It was such a good day.
That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I know you had connections with forget what his name was from Bartlett. His
Mhm.
son or
Yeah.
daughter was in the Girl Scout or Boy Scouts.
Yep. So John's son was in the Boy Scouts. I'm on the board with Rotary. Excuse me. One of my Rotarian club members is in the Scouts organization, so I can reach out to him. It's a local group that maybe needs a badge for planting. Maybe I can reach out to him, and we can, if you guys are okay with that, we can make that work too.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel if we can't do it with at a school and we have to do it at a park, we need to get some kids there one way or the other,
Mhm.
because if we don't, it's
Yeah,
just us planting.
Yeah,
the tree.
right.
kids are good PR, kids.
I agree.
Good. Okay. Okay, and I guess we'll shoot for one of the many Arbor Days that we have. When, I mean, did we, at one point, we used to do kind of an Arbor Week, and a lot of that was tied into some of the work that Bartlett did throughout that week. I don't know if that arrangement is still going or if there's interest, but I'm happy whatever day you guys pick out, National Arbor Day or State Arbor Day, or we come up with the City of Westminster Arbor Day, whatever works for you, I'm game.
Yeah, I don't know, Steve, what Brian used to do in the past. I remember working for the city on Arbor Day, maybe pruning some pin oaks.
Yeah. What they would do is he would offer a day of doing some pruning, like on Main Street or whatever,
Yeah,
like do a block or whatever, and it would be their contribution to Arbor Day or Arbor Week to the
Okay.
city. I will tell you, BG&E is planning on coming in. They wanted to do it now, but I told them they have to wait till near the end of March so I can babysit them and make sure they do stuff right.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's,
Well, I mean, if that's something you guys would rather trade for, I mean, that's a possibility too. I think the PR with the kids is a little better.
Oh, no.
oh, I
I'm not,
agree, yeah.
Yeah.
not saying let's do the pruning instead
Yeah,
of.
I'm throwing it out there though. If that's something you guys want to do, that's an option too, as well, 100%.
Right. No, I
Cool.
definitely want to do the planting, the Arbor Day
Okay.
planting. That's a must.
Okay. Yeah, whatever we want to do.
Good, okay. Okay, well, the day will be determined, but we'll shoot for having a youth group involved, maybe a Boy Scout group like we had proposed. And when that date's determined, then we'll get that out to the rest of the board and the press.
Yeah, and start thinking about species. Eric,
Okay.
Good,
anybody, whatever you want.
it'd be nice to put
Start
another oak
thinking.
in.
Okay,
Yeah, we definitely
Yeah.
could do it.
okay.
The other thing I should say is that when we do the planting, if we're going to do it there, to coordinate with whatever, if it's the Boy Scout group or whoever it may be, we'll probably have to do it on a Saturday so the kids will be available to attend,
Okay.
Yeah,
even if we can
Right.
have an actual attendance there.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but I know the Boy Scouts are up. The Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts are up. They're up and moving. They just had given the club a really good update on where they are as an organization, and they're moving. It's good to see. So I'm sure we can get a group there.
Well, I
Good.
mean, whether we're allowed to gather, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah,
They're gathering at their camp, so at least in small groups.
Right. Well, this would have to be a small group.
We'll be able to get something together.
good.
Okay.
Great. Okay. Any other questions, comments on that?
For Paul, I guess if you're going to contact I'm sorry, I forgot his name again. John.
Yeah.
Yeah, just see if they're interested and what day in April would be good for them.
Okay. I'll let you know.
I mean, if they can do it during the week, great. But I think it'll probably be easier to get the parents and kids all gathered on a weekend than it would be during a weekday.
Yep. Settled. That was easy.
You did well. Thank you. Well, you did good. Okay. Well, moving on, I just saw something from Sam in reference to the tree workshop, and who wants to handle this one?
Oh, that would be me.
Cool.
Um,
You're good.
okay. We have dueling mics. So for what we have discussed so far earlier in March, I guess it was. No, we're in March. Later in February.
It was the
Yeah.
end of, I think it was the end of February, Sam.
Paul, Brandy, Eric, myself, Drew was there to find out what the timeline was for getting information out, because since we haven't done one for the last 2 years, we wanted to make sure that we got the info out early enough. So we sent a save the date card today so that everybody would know that it is Tuesday or Friday, October 1st. Yay.
Yep.
And that it would be an all-day virtual event. I've gotten a bounce back. I can't remember how many people I sent it to. I probably sent it to about 100 people. And I think I've got maybe a dozen bounce backs. So that's not too bad. A lot of folks were retired or no longer with the organization. So that's going to happen, over the course of 2 years. So once we get everything finalized with Bartlett in terms of how registration is going to work, how much registration is going to be, when we can start an early bird registration, because as I was explaining, and we have seen in the past that organizations' fiscal years usually end the end of June. So if we can get folks registered before the end of the current fiscal year, any unused funds can go toward registrations, and then they can also budget for the next year. And once the fiscal year switches over, they'll have more money and they can possibly send more people. So Bartlett is going to be hosting that this year. They're going to take care of the whole virtual everything. So we just need to nail down who some speakers are going to be, which Paul said that he had been working on that. And we need to figure out what all the classes are. Kind of the benefit of doing a virtual class is that we can do more afternoon sessions, quote unquote, because they're not going to be actual in-person afternoon sessions. So you're not going to break out into smaller groups. Everybody can get, you don't have to choose A, B, or C for what one afternoon class you want. You can get all the information from all three. So I think it's going to be more beneficial to the attendees this time to have it all virtual. And then we'll see what changes we can do for next year that maybe can incorporate what we've done this year, what worked and what didn't work. I know that everybody's anxious to have the in-person stuff again because it is a lot more interesting and you can see hands-on what they're doing, but having that virtual ability is what's going to allow us to have it this year. And we'll see what kind of a response we get from everybody. But that's where we are right now. The save the date card again went out today, and we're hoping to get early bird registrations in starting in May, possibly. And then regular registrations will probably start in July when fiscal years renew. And then trying to figure out if we have to cut it off at a certain number of people due to the size of a virtual class, if that is even a problem. We're hoping it's a problem, but it might not be. And then finding out when the cutoff for registrations is, because it's all virtual, it might be we might not have to cut off registrations as early as we usually do. So, any questions?
Have you been involved in any virtual programming with the city yet, or would this be the first one for you?
I've not hosted anything. I've participated in,
Yeah,
but I have not. I've not hosted anything in terms of like a big giant thing, but
Gotcha.
I have live streamed to Facebook, Zoom meetings like this.
Yeah, okay.
That's about the extent of my knowledge.
Yeah, and I want to say, Paul, last year you felt that part of the problem with registration was that people thought this was a different event, or it was just spam mail or whatever from Bartlett. Do you remember that?
Absolutely. And we discussed that, Steve.
Good. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, how Sam's gonna get that email blast. Everybody's gonna see the same old email that they used to see. So that was I think one of the first things we talked about.
Yeah. Well, that's
honest.
good. I think that'll be a good approach then. To
Yeah,
resolve it.
yeah. And to hear that 12 bounce backs already, is that saying they're good for? Is that a thumbs up, or is that saying they're not? It was a wrong address or that.
Bad email addresses.
Okay.
So
Well,
out
that's
of
not
over
bad at
100
all.
people that I sent it to, I only got 12 back saying they're
Yeah,
bad
that's
email
not
addresses.
bad. That's great.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's
And
great.
Steve, the email that you got earlier today that had save the date, the little tree, and then the information, that's exactly what went out to everybody.
Good. Okay.
So, and it came out from the city because like we know that was a problem, that nothing came directly from the city. So that's what we're doing. We're sending it out again. We did get one response from what's the organization? MCAISA, I think.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what that's. It's like the Montgomery County, PG County Alliance Water Group.
Right. So they're hosting their own virtual session a few days after ours, and they want to coordinate to make sure they're not duplicating the information that we're doing a couple of days before. So they haven't opened their registration. I'm not sure they've even announced theirs yet. But we have what their dates are, and I put the woman in touch with Brandy so that they can talk about what the topics of discussion are, because it could be that they're doing completely different topics.
Yeah.
So that's the only response I've gotten so far.
Got it. Okay. Well, that's good. Wow. Okay. Well, that's great. Thank you, Sam. That's terrific.
Happy to help.
Else have any questions or comments on this?
Do you have anything, Paul?
If anybody has a question, I'm happy to answer it. We have a very tentative agenda. I'm waiting on 2 people to get back to me. What we're working on is to make sure that when everybody gets their CEUs or their credits, that's one of our biggest focuses right now, because 2 months ago, Bartlett our division did an update for all of our pesticide license, tree license, all those credits. And some people didn't log in. Some people sat in the same room.
Yeah.
And it was a problem. So we're trying to figure that out. Soon we'll get that figured out. hash out the costs. But to start with, we always start that day off with safety. It won't be Joe Bones. He retires, I think actually this Friday. So it'll be our new safety coordinator. His name is Chris Sprague. He came out of the Baltimore office and he's climbed the ladder. I have an insect guy. We're planning on doing planting and root collars, or root disease, something like that. Maybe, and again, it's tentative. It's still in works. It's maybe we can do some root collars in urban environments, the inside the tight medium. So we have a little bit of wiggle room on that. I have disease lined up. I have pruning 101. And when I mean pruning 101, it would be for the city crews that have to do the limb levels, the parking lot clearance. And then I have where we can break that off and do a structural pruning, and do small tree, ornamental tree pruning. And then we have a tree risk, and I have it confirmed for that. And Dr. Brantley Bartlett, who is track certified, is going to do a presentation on that.
On track, okay.
So
Now-
what we're going to, go ahead.
Now, are you going to plan on doing that live, or is it going to be like a recording?
So some of it's going to have to be recorded. Like the pruning is going to have to be recorded. The lab actually tried to, I'm right now on a Zoom call with 178 people getting my CEUs, my credits, with Division 4 and Division 3 together. There's specialists and representatives on it. They tried to do a live streaming of how to properly get the tick material in, granular and foliar, and everybody's system just shut down. So, whether it's because there's 178 people on there or 87, whatever it was, we don't know. But a lot of it's going to have to be points or something like that.
Well, that's what I would think. It might be easier if it's a recorded session that we just play, and then have whoever did the session be present live to answer any questions.
That's the game plan, my friend. So
I think it'll go a lot smoother that way.
I agree with you. And I don't see it on here. Maybe, there is the chat button. I had to move it. A lot of times our chat fills up and we have somebody designated just to answer questions. So Jesse told us that we can use the Baltimore office Zoom, pay $50 for 1 month, and we would have, I think, 200 available slots. I don't know if we'll need 200, but it would be nice if we needed 200. But I have a good day planned out. We've got to break it down. We're going to try and fit some games in there to keep everybody's attention, reward people for paying attention. We just have to continue hashing out this agenda. I should probably have it by the end of the month. So we should be good with that, Sam, if that's okay with you, if that's fast enough.
Oh yeah, it's definitely fast enough. And the other benefit to doing all of it like this is that instead of, like I said, only picking one afternoon session and only being able to offer 3 afternoon sessions, part of our discussion previously was going through the last, 20 years worth of workshops and seeing what the topics of conversation was, because they have shifted over time. We've had the same 6 for the last 10 years, but going back prior to that, there were additional classes that they sounded really interesting. And I don't know what the shift was. I guess because they had been doing them for so long, they shifted to completely different topics. But going back and reviewing urban root collars and specifically to doing the urban areas, and that's the audience that we're attracting, is people who are working in an urban environment, how to prune a tree when you have this much shoulder and you're trying to do it with cars going by, how to be able to do that. So that's another thing that we're looking forward to being able to offer to people. And that might also increase the CEUs available, since it's not in person, it's virtual. that might
Yeah.
bump up the number of CEUs that we're able to offer.
Yeah, there's I forget who was Department of Ag. It was Ashley Jones.
Yeah,
It was Ashley Jones that we used in 2015 to lock in the credits. So I don't know if she's still there, but that's the one person. Brian had given me a name, and Jesse, I'll have to follow up on that tomorrow.
I think her name's Courtney Love.
Is it Courtney? Okay, okay.
I'm pretty sure she's the new one. I'm attending a Falcon conference on Friday, and she's
Okay.
the MBA person that'll be here. I'm pretty sure will gladly do it too.
I work with Courtney for one of the tree commission seminars that we did. So okay, I'll reach out to her and ask for her help.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, if I may. The one thing that I always liked, and we had it the last time, the Urban and Community Forestry Workshop was at Carroll Community College, was the BGE truck. In fact, I think everybody on this planet should see that. Just showing how darn dangerous electricity is. And I know this is geared towards arborists, but just seeing what electricity can do to the hot dog,
Yeah.
well, and seeing when they cut open the hot dog and you can see how the current flows through it, and also having it sound like a explosion when the fuse goes off. I mean, it makes you extremely aware of how dangerous electricity is. I mean, and since then we had a wire down on the bottom of our driveway, and I didn't go anywhere near it because I thought of that demonstration.
The silent killer.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
But
would
I
it
don't
be,
know if we can get them.
I don't know if we can get the truck, but I don't know if BGE, because I think it's like a proprietary thing, but I don't know if they would be able to offer a demo video, like a little short 3-minute
Hey,
video.
you got the right man on the job. They have pulled that trailer into our yard and given our tree crew that demonstration. Now, I will say right now, BG&E is extremely slow. So I will get that contact tomorrow, and I will start asking for a video that we can play. And that's probably 15 or 20 minutes of a filler. And maybe we can some
Do they have a video?
Yeah.
Do they have a video, Paul?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask. I know they pulled the truck and the trailer into the yard, caught the hot dog on fire, burnt the glove, burnt the rope that we climb with. So
Well, I know in the past they're like extremely hard to book. You need to do it like a year in advance.
they are.
Plus, on top of that, the having it on video is one thing, but I'm sure you're going to have to see it in person to really appreciate all the stuff like
Oh yeah.
Drew was saying.
Oh
the
yeah, absolutely.
sound,
But I think in the case of most city and town workers, production men and women, I think it would help. I think it's a routine reminder that I appreciated getting.
Oh,
It's scary. That stuff is scary. So
oh, absolutely.
I'll check into that.
The city had that demo several years ago too, for
Yeah.
the city employees.
I remember you telling me about it.
The BGE always had, at least many years ago, the commercials, the wires down, you call BGE, but nothing that I've seen was ever that reinforced it with just seeing that what actually happens to things
Yeah.
with that truck. I mean, it's not a commercial, it's not a video, it's not a TV program, it's like an explosion right in front of your face.
Yep.
And
Yep.
sorry to cut you off, but I'm not 100% sure, but I believe they said when they would do their demonstrations, they didn't want nobody videoing it.
Huh.
Okay.
So
Well, that might answer my next question, because I wonder if you can talk to the BGE rep and ask them if they would be available for a live demo that we could be videoing, like we could be like showing the group during the
Yeah.
Zoom meeting.
Yeah,
And if they're not, because remember, that's also hurricane season. And so they've had to fall back on a couple of years because the truck wasn't available due to employee shortage because of the hurricane season.
sure.
So one option would be to ask them, are you available for a live demo that we can do through Zoom for our attendees? If not, is there a video that you can provide, or get the video as a backup anyway, just in case they're not able to come anyway at the last minute?
I'll get that information tomorrow. I do believe John has it. I believe maybe Brian. I'll get that and get the email started.
I have the guy's contact information if you can't find it.
Okay,
So
perfect.
feel free to email me if you end up not being able to find it, and I can send that over to you.
Perfect. Thanks, Sam.
Wow, well, thank you, guys. Looks like we're on the ball on this.
We're all very excited.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, moving on to staff comments. 2023 City USA status. I think I saw an email. We got accolades again. Is that correct, Drew?
Yes, Mr. Chair, on March 1st of this year, the Arbor Day Foundation emailed me mentioning that the city of Westminster is once again a Tree City USA. I made a PDF of that email, and it's in the packet online. So Westminster is once again a Tree City USA.
Well, Drew,
Congratulations.
and Eric, you guys got to pat yourselves on the back because I know you're the driving people on that. So thank you.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And also, I guess the 2020 Plan Award, I didn't see an email, but I see it on our agenda.
Yes, Mr. Chair, on December 31st, I also submitted the City of Westminster application for the 2020 Plan Award, the People Loving and Nurturing Trees Award through the Maryland Department of Natural Resources Forest Service. We submitted for the green level, which is the highest honor for a Maryland municipality. We have received this award in the past, so there's, obviously we haven't gotten it yet, so I can't confirm, but I feel pretty good that we will, in fact, receive that same honor that we have in the past. And I will let the commission know when we receive it.
Great. Well, thank you. Thank you again. I know that's a lot of work we don't see going on. So thank you, Drew.
Not a problem.
Any other comments, questions?
I think the dog has something to say.
Yeah, right. The dog's like, let me in.
Darn dogs. Sorry about that. I may have to go. Okay, well, I guess, any last things, Drew?
None for me, Mr. Chair.
Okay, well, I guess we can call it a meeting. Does anybody, do we have to, call out and say, hey, we need anybody?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do we
That's
have
a
a
stickler.
first? Good. I'll call Sam the first, or who's going to second this?
I don't know that I'm allowed to.
You probably aren't.
Only
Any
official
motions
members.
prepared? Okay. Can I motion?
You may.
Good, I'm motioning. Do I hear any seconds to adjourn?
I second it.
Oh, thank you, Cindy. Okay, you guys have a wonderful day, and Drew, thank you for coordinating all this.
Not a problem. Take care, everyone.
Have a great
Okay.
day, guys.